What's up, guys? So welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. As you already know, the week has ended, a new trading week is about to begin, and so I'm just here to share with you what I'm looking at for the upcoming trading week. Okay, just to give like a sense of direction and what to expect within the upcoming trading week. And so if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and if you've not turned on your post notification, please turn it on so that anytime I post a video, you'll be notified of my post. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's look at what the market has for us for the upcoming trading week. We'll be looking at my favorite pair, which is Euro USD, and so let's do that on a clean sheet. Okay, so you're going to start from the higher time frame, which is the daily time frame. Okay, now I think I have made this call already where I explained that the daily is bearish and we left this point of interest over here. And even though I went ahead to call this point of interest as an SMT, okay, so I called it an SMT because I was looking for price to like take it out. That's what I was looking for. I still stand by it anyway, even though I'm still watching a few things, but I still stand by it. The reason why I said I'm still standing by it is because this is my last point, okay, that I'm looking at currently. This is the last point that I'm looking at. What it means is that we can have price like respecting this guy over here, and then we can push to the top, or better still, we can have price breaking this, okay, and then maybe a shallow retracement or even a deeper retracement to now continue the move to the downside to fulfill that daily bearish flow to the downside. Okay, but currently this is all what I have. Daily supply price tapped in nicely. On the H4 level, we have this is my last point, like I showed earlier. Okay, this is my last point right in here. Okay, nicely marked, and I can go ahead and mark this point of interest over here. Currently we can see that price has tapped into that point of interest beautifully. Okay, but because we don't trade, like my entries are not on H4 anyway, so I'm not really concerned about this POI like that. I'll be so much concerned when I step onto intraday and then the intraday begins to tell me something. Okay, so just like I said earlier, we can have a situation where this point of interest will hold and push price to the upside, or we are just going to break and continue the move to the downside. Super simple. Okay, so now we've defined our last low to our last high. Forget about everything, just focus on this. That's all. Okay, so now that I have this, I can step onto intraday to look at what price you see. That's all. I don't care about whatever price you do, or better still, look at your last low, last high, which is this guy in here. That's all. Okay, so sometimes these structures are very visible on whatsoever time frame that you stand on. So when you're on H4, you can spot your last low and last high. Why not just mark it? Okay, so once I've done this, I can now step onto intraday, and let's look at something here real quick. So on the intraday level, right, some few weeks ago I was defining this intraday structural legs. In fact, this was my last intraday low that created my high that got taken out, okay, to the top. Okay, taking the low that created a high to the top, and it has been taken out, and so this is now my high that created this low, and this is now my high which created this low right in here. So it means that this move that we are looking at is just an internal structure of this move to the downside. So what it means is that this is my main internals, so I need to mark this guy over here nicely. Boom. Okay, now what this thing means is that in as much as I have, let's say, this guy over here, if price decides to break this, I will need to have this guy to deal with. Okay, I'll need to have price break this before I can push to the top. If we don't break that, there is no way we're going to move to the top. We're just going to respect and then drop. Okay, so these are the two areas that I'll be watching closely. Okay, now the same way, I need to break down whatever is happening in here. I need to understand what is truly going on. Okay, so upon analyzing like my own way of looking at the market, I saw that this guy was my high. Okay, and then after that we took out this low, and so this is my new low over here, this one. Okay, and then this one is my high, this one is my next low, this one is my next high, and this one over here is my next low. Okay, now we can even have situations where you're going to say, oh, this is your high, this is your low, this is your high, and this is your low, which leaves this point of interest right over here nicely, and that is where price is. Okay, but currently, me personally, this is my last high that created this low, and so the whole of today I was just dealing inside this leg. Super simple. If I show you real quick, okay, you can see I even had so you can see the same PUI that I was showing on this chart. That's what I have over here. Okay, and you can see this high to this low, and I was just working inside this leg. Super simple. Okay, so I have this one to look at this last high that created this low. Now whatever is happening here is this: price has not shown any intent. Believe me, it has not shown any intent to move to the top. No, even though I am like very much interested to see price break to the top. Honestly speaking, like I'm just looking for price to like make moves to the top. Like first of all, I want to see something like this: break this high, maybe if we're gonna make a retracement, either a shallow retracement into certain levels like this, and then we continue, or we're gonna make like a deeper retracement back into this PUI once more before we can start a move. Okay, honestly speaking, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a push to break, but then I can't go ahead of the market. You understand? I always need to make sure that I'm respecting what the market is trying to tell me. So currently the only thing that I have over here is a strong bearish move, like a strong bearish intent to the downside. So I'm just gonna pay attention. Currently what we have is, if you're watching here, we broke this last internal high, we made a retracement to the downside, we pushed to the top, and then we broke this one once more. Okay, but then the only thing is that if you're watching here, like when we made this move like this, we came back like this after this Asian low sweep. We came back, tap into this guy, came back down, right, break this one, and then you can see that we've switched back. This is the only like thing that is trying to like communicate like a bullish intent or something, but it's not really confirmed. So personally, the first thing that you need to have at the back of your mind is that we are still bearish. Price is still giving that bearish momentum. So me personally, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wait. Okay, when the market opens, first thing is I'll be paying attention to this point of interest over here. Okay, it looks like a decisional PUI. Let me pull this one back a little. So this point looks like a decisional PUI. What it means is that when the market opens, first scenario is I would expect price to make a move down. Okay, because we are bearish, I would expect price to make a move down, at least first one, to sweep this low from Friday. That's all. That's the first one. So I would expect that sweep. Then maybe from here we can now look forward to, like, let's say, push to the top. Even when we are coming to the top, I have to be careful because still we have like levels in here. But honestly speaking, when we tap into this guy, I would really love to see some push to the top. Okay, so that's the first instance or the first scenario that I'll be looking at: a sweep of the previous day's low into this decisional point of interest. Then we can continue a move to the upside, which will now further lead to like a bullish change of intent. Okay, then the second one is that because we are still bearish, okay, I would expect price to still continue the move to the downside once more, at least take out this low from Thursday, which is going to be like the previous weekly low. So we're going to take it out. Okay, that's the second scenario. Because we are having like that bearish flow, I would like to see this one taken out. Then I can now look forward trades to the top like a counter. Okay, so these are the first two scenarios. Now the last one, which I would also look at, is this one. I'll just wait patiently to see what price would do. Like, you remember I said we've broken this one nicely, and then we've also switched, almost like price giving like a bullish intent or something, but it is not really confirmed. So what I can do is that I can wait for price to do something like this: break this last point over here to tell me that indeed the bullish intent has been confirmed. The moment this guy happens, I'll start looking for counter trend trades to the downside. You see, and when the counter trend trade is being presented to me, my first area that I'll watch is this guy, because this is going to be the last low that made the push to the top like this. So this will be my first watch area, okay, and then my second watch area will be this guy, because the moment price breaks this high, we've changed intent, and so we can either react from here to the top, or we can come down into this guy and push to the top. Super simple, you don't need to stress. So in summary, all what I'm saying is that we are heavily bearish on the daily time frame. Even on the intraday, we are still bearish, but price has tapped into a POI, and that POI has like a strong potential to buy to the top. But before any buy will occur, we will need to have the intraday to show us an intent that indeed price wants to buy. Currently, we are sitting inside that POI, which I marked from H4. The only thing is that we are having this last intraday point, like a bearish point, which hasn't shown any sign of bullish intent. And so, scenarios that we are looking at, 3 solid scenarios. The first one is the fact that in as much as we are bearish with the intraday leg and even the daily leg, we can expect price to continue the bearish flow to clear this previous weekly low over here before we can get any potential counter trend to the top. First one. Second one is that because we have tapped into this zone where we are supposed to like start pushing to the top, and me personally, I'm looking for like price to make a bullish change of intent, but the only thing is that price is not for my father, the market is not for my father, so I need to pay attention to what the market is telling me and react accordingly. And so what I can also expect is that in here we can have price making a push to the top, breaking this last bearish point. The moment this guy breaks, we've had a bullish change of intent, like a bullish signal that price wants to move to the top. But then I said that I will take advantage of the counter trend trade first into this point of interest, this level over here, because this is the last low that made a push to the top to break this guy. So that will be my first watch. Second watch is that we may not necessarily react from here to the top. We can even come down into this last point of interest, which is right in here, before we can make any push to the top. Okay, and then the last scenario is that in as much as I'm expecting a bullish flow to the top, I can expect price to come down once more, take out this previous day low, which is the low that was created on Friday, into this point of interest over here, which hasn't been tapped yet. So we're going to take it out nicely, and then we can look at price to come up there and take out this high before if any counter trends will be presented. Then we're going to see how price will deal with that one. Okay, so that is how simple I keep everything, and this is what I'll be looking at for the upcoming trading week on EURUSD. So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a like and a comment in the comment section, and please, if you're not subscribed, do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on other future important videos that I will post. Okay, so have a peaceful week. Cheers, bye bye.